Hello and welcome to TelecomTV. We are in Dublin in Ireland at the ETSI NFV number 13. We've been doing it since number 4, so we know our way around fairly well. The thing about TelecomTV is that we film in some odd places, trains and boats and planes literally, at tops of skyscrapers all over the place. This is a particularly salubrious venue. We are in the executive boardroom at Croke Park, which is the headquarters of the Gaelic Athletics Association in Ireland, and a very significant historical venue. I'm talking with Lawrence Lammers, who is Standards Architect, the Office of the CTO at VMware. Lawrence, welcome and thanks for talking to us. After the excitement of the announcement of NFV, the emergence of the technology, the proofs of concepts, and the field trials, actual commercial rollout of virtualized services has been relatively slow and really quite partial. Has it been taking longer than expected? And if so, why? I mean, for example, is it because service providers have been rather more cautious than the vendors thought they would be?
So I think the answer to that is no. Things are moving along at a fairly good pace, right? VMware has been working with telco customers since 2012, largely because many of them were doing enterprise IT virtualization before that. So in answer to your second question, vendors are cautious, but there's a lot of proof of concepts going on, and things are coming along quite well. There are some operational needs that happen to get things out of proof of concept to commercialization. So VMware's got a toolkit that we offer that does analytics and data detection, error detection, those sorts of things that really help you be able to make the transition from proof of concept to commercialization.
And it's on its way?
It's on its way, yes. It's clearly on its way. So the market is off and running. It will take some time.
Thanks, Lawrence. Manufacturers have been collaborating, partnering in the build-out of big open vendor ecosystems recently. What do these ecosystems actually look like? How important are they? And what has the response been to them from the service providers?
So I think the ecosystems are important. What you're seeing with NFV, though, is you're going to see a change in the supply chain and how things are done, right? So the ecosystem part is critical. VMware has worked in developing ecosystems for a long time. So we've got a good working relationship with a number of vendors. We've got over 40 VNFs now that basically run on our platform. So we're in pretty good shape on that standpoint.
So a third question to then, Lawrence. NFV is supposed to be an all-encompassing technology, but there's a lot of talk about carrier-grade NFV. So how does that differ from any other form of the technology in itself?
So Carriergrade gets a lot of discussion in the industry, right? But the bottom line from our viewpoint is Carriergrade is really about meeting a set of customer expectations. Those customer expectations are generally defined by an SLA, right? And so in a virtualized world, there are different ways of being able to go about meeting an SLA than you have in a physical world. So we've got ways of dealing with hardware failures that are not available in the physical world. So part of the basic presumption of virtualization is you decouple the physical and the logical. So if we have a physical failure, we can move the logical function to another platform. We can do that very quickly so we can maintain the SLA requirements. The other thing you can do with virtualization, though, is if you need more capability because you have an increase in demand, you can easily instantiate another set of the software to meet that demand so that you prevent overflooding conditions and things. So that works pretty good. So when VMware looks at this, we look at actually two prongs of it. We look at the mean time to repair and the mean time to failure. And we try to increase the mean time to failure by doing the predictive analytics, so we take things offline. I mean, almost nothing fails catastrophically. It generally fails with some kind of indications that things are going south, right? And then the mean time to repair is the time it takes you to actually get things back online. By restarting the VM, by moving to a different platform, various techniques like that.
Now, the business transformation that goes together hand in hand with technology transformation and the emergence of virtualized networks shows that Many operators actually lack the skill sets that they need to manage that transformation quickly and effectively. It seems pretty obvious that some new blood specialists are needed. My question is, where are they coming from and how soon will they be up to speed?
So when we go into customers and talk with them, the part of the virtualization platform, many customers already have people that know how to deal with that because they've done IT virtualization, right? So they can leverage those skills to be able to get the virtualization platforms in and operational. The network side, they've got people that understand networks and understand the network devices. Now, in our world, we're dealing with them in software, but fundamentally they function the same, right? So yeah, they need to learn a few things, but basically they have the idea of what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. The other thing is there's a huge user community out there that offers support. So on the technical side of this, I'm much less concerned about meeting the demands of doing the deployments and getting it operational.
Now, Lawrence, it's been said that network transformation and virtualization is pretty much like building a plane while you're flying it. Back in 2013, TelecomTV conducted a survey which indicated it would take between 2 and 3 years before we would see virtualization in carrier networks. Asking you that question today in February 2016, what answer or estimate would you give now?
So it's there today. There are commercial versions of this stuff running. Multi-vendor VNFs are out there. They're operational. So are we done? No. There's a long road on the transformation yet. And as we saw when we went through the compute virtualization cycle, after we got that going, people discovered cloud. So I'm sure there are new vistas here that will be explored in the future, but we're definitely off and running, and the stuff is working, and we're making good progress.
Okay, Lawrence Lammers, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.